Hi everyone, Mike Evans and Casey Pine here with another Friday SpyCurious, as we say on the Australian Civil Investigation speaking circuit. I've never met a Mike I didn't like. We'll be back very quickly with SpyCurious and lots of stuff today, which is very newsy for this week. She is the proudest mum on the Gold Coast. Her little boy has graduated today. Congratulations, Casey Pine. Tell us all about it.
Well, I guess my little boy is going from year 6 to year 7, so big jump from primary school to high school.
We all remember that one. So well done. You've had a very big morning at the graduation ceremony, and thanks for getting back to keep up with us today. People, we've got lots of exciting news. Don't forget, when you're looking for a job in Australian Civil Investigation as a licensed private investigator, a government regulatory compliance investigator, or a corporate investigator, jump on this Facebook page. That's where we keep all our jobs. So go there, have a look at, see what's available. Here's a couple that are available this week. There are two beauties in Queensland. Firstly, this one on the Gold Coast, where Casey and I actually live. This is a principal investigator at the City of the Gold Coast. So a great opportunity there. Jump on our Facebook page and have a look at that job. And the equivalent one, whoops, I think I put it. No, there it is. The Brisbane City Council have one as well. So both those positions are vacant. You're going to need a diploma of government investigation. And the person in charge of investigations at both those places is an Australian Security Academy student. So that's some exciting government investigation jobs that are available this week. And g'day, Renee. How you going? Great to see you. That's our Executive Vice President checking in. I'm sure she's busy with end of school year stuff too, Renee. I'm sure you are. So both Casey and Renee would be. So two great positions vacant if you hold a diploma of government investigation. Now, as I said, jump on this Facebook page to see those. The other development we've got with jobs this week, if you go over to the Australian Security Academy YouTube channel, we have packed up jobs there in a short format of 3 positions vacant in 3 minutes. Let's have a look at how it works. Hi, I'm Mike Evans from the Australian Security Academy, bringing you positive news from the Australian civil investigation community in relation to three separate organisations with positions vacant all around Australia today. So for further information on this, you can contact me. My contact details are right there. Replay this video at the end if you miss it, but that's how to get in touch with me, or go to the website that's on the bottom of my screen right now. So our first job today is from this organisation, Vendor Management Australia. Now, Vendor Management are seeking 2 licensed factual private investigators in Victoria and in New South Wales. And what you'll be doing is you will be conducting investigations from the comfort of your own home office. You do not, in the pandemic situation that we have at the moment, have to leave your home office. So basically, you'll be working from home, interviewing people about motor vehicle accidents, and you'll be working for one of the biggest insurance companies in the world. So this is a great opportunity for a licensed factual investigator in New South Wales or Victoria. Send them a copy of your licence, send them a copy of your resume, and let them know that you're an Australian Security Academy student, because the management and the other workers there, they're all Australian Security Academy graduate students too. So to apply for that job, send your resume directly to Asher. There's Asher's contact address. So send resume, copy of your licence and copy of your Australian Security Academy qualification in CPP 30619 Certificate 3 in Investigative Services. If you're looking for more jobs, go to this Facebook page, Australian Private Government and Corporate Investigation Employment Opportunities. There's a government investigation job roles as well as private investigation job roles there too. Factual investigators are required by MJM in South Australia, in Queensland, all around the country in video interviewing, and in New South Wales as well. So people, you can see some really good opportunities there in being a licensed private investigator in the current situation in Australia at the moment. The biggest insurance company in the world wants to pay you to sit at home in your home office, like I am now. This is my home office. They want me to sit here on a computer and interview people, and they're going to pay me to do it. They have got more work than they've got workers in Australia. If you're licensed in Queensland, they've got work in Queensland. If you're licensed in New South Wales, they've got work in New South Wales. If you're licensed in Victoria, you don't have to go out to a risky workplace or somebody's home. You're doing it from your home office and you're getting paid for that. You don't have to go and sit in the traffic. You don't have to not be there when the kids get home from school. Things are really easy today. So they want you to send you that resume and your license. So get onto it. If you haven't got a license, get in touch with me. I can help you study CPP 30619 to get one of those jobs. But you saw vendor management and MJM both there asking for people to do that. Sit at home, do it from your home office. Don't travel anywhere, don't drive anywhere, and interview people about their claim for general insurance investigation or motor vehicle accident. Now, there was a third job there that you didn't see. It's all about surveillance. If you want to do surveillance, then get over to the Australian Security Academy YouTube channel. There it is. Just type in Australian Security Academy Michael Evans or something in a YouTube search and it will come up. Now, there's 3 jobs there today. There were 6 jobs there yesterday. There were 6 jobs there the day before. So all of those jobs are current this week in investigations in Australia. They want you working for them today. Not next month, not next year. They want you working today, and they've got work in abundance. Other than that, don't forget our Facebook page where all those jobs are listed. So it's been a really big week in job vacancies. It's not getting any less. I've got investigation companies screaming for investigators. Casey, what have you got for us today?
Okay, I have an arson tip. It's been a little bit since I've done one, so I thought I would do one today. And today's tip has to do with looking at websites and what other digital assets someone might own. So if you have to do some research or surveillance on someone and you know that they own a certain company or business or that has a website, you can go to spyonweb.com and see what other assets are related to that website. So I've just gone and picked one of the ASX 200 companies, which was Sonic Healthcare. And when you're on their page, you can right click and bring up view page source. So click on that. It will bring up all of the code. Don't be intimidated by this. It's completely fine. And you press Command F to bring up the search function in this, and you type in UA dash. Now, down the bottom left there, I know it's very teeny tiny, but you can see the little search bar, and I've typed in UA. And then you can find from there, you can see up the top right, it shows the UA number, which is their Google identification number. And you take that, you copy that little number and put it into SpyOnWeb. And you'll see all of the other digital assets that are related to that website. So they're under the same Google account. So that's heaps of pivot points right there for you. So you can see that they have hobartpath.com.au, launcestonpath.com.au, and a heap of other digital assets. And you can do that with your local coffee shop to see if they have any other branches, or maybe they have a dry cleaning business or something as well. And you can also, where is it? You can just put in the website. So I'm just trying to see where I did it. Did I? Oops. Maybe I did it here. Here we go. I just put in Deloitte.com. And as you can see, under the IP address for Deloitte.com, there are 65 other domains. And that brings up all the different digital assets. So you can see that Deloitte have a heap of different digital assets that are included with them, which are just Deloitte websites from other countries, but they've also got other businesses there, foresight.co.il, and a whole bunch of other ones. So you can see what other digital assets are related to that company or website, which is just a fantastic way to pivot off of that and just see what other websites people have going on. And there's also one more I wanted to show you, and it's just checking the where is it? Here we go. If you put in a website and go /robots.txt, this will show you what this website, what the creators have decided to allow or disallow the robots, so to speak, or the Google bots to see on their website. So when you're indexed on a search engine, you can make it so the search engine can find certain things and can't find certain things. So I like to do this when I'm checking out a company to see if they have a login for their website for their staff. So in this robots.txt, it will show that usually that there's a login page for staff, and that will be under disallow. So you can usually find out some pretty interesting information here, and policies and procedures for staff sometimes are there. And that'll end in like a .pdf, and that will be disallowed because they don't want the general public finding this kind of stuff. It's just there for staff, or just there for the business owners. So that's also a really interesting thing to have a look at when it comes to checking out websites. So spyonweb.com, and just add robots.txt to the end of any website, and it will show you the indexing.
Sorry about that. You crept up on me while I was reading an email. Thanks, Casey. That's great information, as Renee said. People, next week we are having, on Friday next week at 12:30 p.m. Queensland time, our AirLap December meeting. Now, this is big on a couple of issues. We've got Matthew Cito from SureFact. He's going to do his presentation on COVID-19 experience with workers' compensation, from SureFact's point of view of how that's evolved over the last few months and where it's at right up to date now. So that's next Friday at 12:30 p.m. Queensland, 1:30 p.m. For the Melbourne and Sydney. So if you're an AirLap member, you're going to receive an invitation to that. And everybody that attends that meeting, I'll be giving a private investigator cap to. Well, that's South Australian. A SpyCurious cap to, if they want one of those, or a SpyCurious private investigator bottle opener, or a very important assume nothing keyring. So that's just for attending that meeting next week if you're an Australian security graduate and a member of AirLap. Now, if you're an Australian security graduate and you're not a member of AirLap, you get in touch with Casey. And Casey will send you your AirLap badge and you'll go on that mailing list. If you're not on our mailing list, if you haven't got that badge, we can't communicate with you. So get in touch with Casey and get that badge. So that's the important thing there. or email me and I'll pass it on to Casey and she'll send it to you. So that's what's happening next Friday. It's our December meeting, the first Friday every December. It goes until goes for half an hour, and we'll keep you updated on our survey that we had last time, what we're implementing next year, and how to get your SpyCurious keyring, cap, or bottle opener. That's really almost out of coffee mugs. Got to order some more. So that's happening next week. Now, other industry association stuff that's happening, the AIPI have got a Queensland chapter meeting coming up on the, does that say 15th of December or 16th? 16th of December. Now, this is in Brisbane. The venue's there. If you're a member of the AIPI, this is free and you can bring one guest with you. So that's happening in Brisbane on the 16th of December. Now, with the email that comes with the invite to this, they're saying that due to government-imposed COVID-19 restrictions on hospitality venues, all guests will need to show their proof of vaccination to the venue staff on arrival. Now, the actual COVID-19 impact for that comes the day after. So it's not relevant to the day of that meeting. So this email, when they sent it out, would have been put together in Melbourne, and I'd say they're confused about what's going on in Queensland. Now, that's not... it's nobody's fault. It's just a mistake. It's not a crime. But if you travel from Toowoomba to Brisbane to go to the meeting and they turn you away, that would be pretty rough if it was the day before they brought that thing in. So I reckon it's just a misunderstanding. There's no crime there because the actual government website says from the 17th of December, not the 16th, which is the day before when the AIPI meeting is. So I'll be seeking clarification from the AIPI, of which I've been a member for some years and am a member still, on what the status is. Are members going to be turned away on the 16th because of the rules coming in on the 17th, or can they go there and not be harassed about their vaccination status on entry? We've just got to clear that up. We'll clear that up. It'll be a great meeting, great opportunity. It's free. You can take one friend with you, and look forward to that. Things actually starting to happen in Queensland for the AIPI. It's great to see. Well done, Darren. Now, things I've got to cover for this week. Don't forget, people, if you're transitioning from the police into civil investigations, jump on our website for YouTube and have a look at our video on recognition of prior learning. It's very important you do. It explains all about it. As you saw previously with those jobs that I told you about with vendor management, MJM, some of the other ones that are on our web pages for civil investigations, they're all about negligence and liability. Not in any of those jobs advertised has anyone asked for criminal investigations. None. So if you're transitioning from policing, defence or health or whatever into Certificate 3 in Investigative Services, you are going to have to know your stuff when you hold your CPP 30619 Certificate 3 in Investigative Services at the end of it. You can't just be RPL because you wore a uniform. Now, there's been some tragic outcomes of that, some very disappointed people that were set up to fail on that, who only ever did one investigation. They'll never do another one because they just were RPL through it and they didn't know how it actually works in the real world. So make sure when you ask anyone about studying that qualification or getting recognition of prior learning that it's relevant to what's in the qualification and what those employers, vendor management, MJM, the other one that you'll see in that video that I showed you before, Kerry, what they expect. So that's really, really important for your future success in the industry. And I hope you get the message that I'm about your success in the industry and you're developing your career and making a go. Join an industry association, join AirLab. It's really important. People say to me, I don't want to go to an industry association. It's going to be all these like murder investigators and fraud investigators there. As I told you last week, it's really important. Do not compare your beginning to someone else's middle. Every single one of those other investigators that you're giving credit for all this stuff for that doesn't exist, they started somewhere once. I did too. And I actually had a query from a potential future student asking me about that last week. And I won't bore you with details, but gee, it made me reflect on 28 years ago, how I entered the industry and how I thought everybody else's middle was better than my beginning. But I tell you what, over time you realise that you can really do a good job of this work. There is a lot of this work out. It's the ideal time to enter the industry as an investigator. Don't forget, this is a really important one. GHA are looking for an investigator down in Hobart. I've just had a late notification from LS Partners looking for a workers' compensation psychological injury investigator in New South Wales. So to get that job, just get in contact with me or jump over on our Facebook page and you'll see that job there from LS Partners seeking that person. LS Partners, Steve down in Hobart, has a lot of work in New South Wales in workers' compensation, and he's a great connection to make in the industry. So he's looking for that urgently. If you're interested, get in touch with me or just find that job on this page. It'll be up at around about 4 o'clock this afternoon. It's been only came through in the email as we started the program. And just a reminder to see those 3 jobs in 3 minutes. Go to our YouTube channel. This is what they look like. It says 3 PO vacancies in 3 minutes, got the coffee mug and the bow tie. So you can pick up the opportunities there from those positions vacant. And each one of them has the contact details of the person offering the job. So you can email them if they've got their phone number, and that's in there. I've included that as well. With my other jobs, you have to Google them to find out the contact details because we pick them up off Seek Indeed and they send them to us, and sometimes they just expect everybody to know who they are. They're that big. So keep that in mind. All those ones have the contact details. Now, there's been an update this week. I'm sure you would have seen it on Russell Hill and Carol Clay, who went missing in the wilderness down in Victoria in 2020. They have made arrest and charged a man with their murder. They're still yet to find the bodies of Russell and Carol, and I say that with the greatest respect. And the police are now conducting an intense search for the bodies of the 2 believed to be deceased people. The police did a very good investigation. What they were able to do was identify a vehicle. Once they put it out that they were looking at that vehicle, people in the car clubs associated with that vehicle, they gave a lot of assistance to police. You're going to see a lot of stuff on particularly Channel 7 about the person who has been charged with their murder. They've been going back through Google Street View and looking at the colour of that Toyota vehicle that was involved in it, and they got it at 3 different colours over time and making it out to be some kind of big crime to change the colour of your vehicle. So be careful what you read about with these. Just because someone's got a different car in their driveway a year apart on Google, it doesn't mean bugger all as being played up by Channel 7. But hopefully the family of Russell and Carol are going to get some closure very soon. It's going to be upsetting. I've had a similar case myself. It was very upsetting, and the person involved was found on my 21st birthday, and I knew that person. She'd been murdered, but it's a very upsetting time for the family, but it will give them some closure in relation to that. Casey, that was a brilliant presentation. That was a really good one. Where did you get that from? Was that a course you did, or?
Yes, I think robots, the indexing, I got that from my course with OSINT Combine. So Chris Poulter from OSINT Combine is fantastic. So
very good. And you did another course this week. What did you do this week?
Oh, that was blockchain technologies. So just looking, I'm really interested in distributed ledgers and the future of the internet, especially as an open source intelligence investigator. Just like to keep an eye on this different technology coming out. And I just think that online investigations is just going to go from strength to strength to strength, because so much of our world has just gone online, especially it's been sped up exponentially with the pandemic. So yeah, online investigations is definitely something I'm continually, it's Friday, it's been a long week. Continually keeping my finger on the pulse there so I can hand over the knowledge as well to our students.
Fantastic. That's great news, Case. Now, people, don't forget, we have, if you're in Victoria and you're applying for a security business license down there, if you're an Australian Security Academy student or a graduate student, we've got the standard operating procedures for investigations firms for you for free. There's over 60 standard operating procedures in that document. If you are an Australian Security Academy student and you're going to open up your own business firm, not just be a licensed PI, but you're going to actually employ other people, get in touch with me, and there's 2 pages of your application form that's already done for you. So that's a no-brainer, and something that's a bonus for people that study at the Australian Security Academy. So I'll say it again, and I'll bring you right up to date with it when I can find it, because I've got stuff here everywhere.
You do.
Next Friday, December 3rd at 12:30 p.m. is our Friday meeting for AirLap. So we've got Matthew Cito, who's going to be presenting our keynote presentation, which is one of the things our members asked for. And this is in relation to COVID-19 impacts on investigations and what they're seeing as a result of it. Now, if you've watched this presentation through a workplace where you're working 5 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, Matthew will have the updated information, and I'm sure you enjoyed it then. He'll have the updated information in relation to that next Friday. So Matthew will be doing that. You will receive an invitation to that event through your email, and you'll be joining us at 12:30 Queensland time next week, or 1:30 Sydney and Melbourne time. So that's our program for this week, people. Casey's had a very busy day with the graduation. It's a big day. I've seen the video, so it was rather epic. As always, we're going out with my favourite way. Here we go.
작전 종료. 전원 복귀할 것.
Yes, that's how every investigation agency in Australia ends their week. I'm Mike Evans from South Australian Private Detectives. No, I'm not. Sorry. What did I do? There's my pack.
Where's
I'm
mine?
Mike Evans. Yeah, I'm Mike Evans from the Casey. You've got to put yours on. I'm Mike Evans from the Australian Security Academy. We'll see you next week at the AirLap December meeting, where you'll get free shoe nothing key ring, a free cap, or a free bottle opener, and then we'll have Matthew Cito on, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week on SpyCurious as well. Don't forget those job vacancies, people. Vendor management need you. See you soon. Goodbye.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.